You. Yo. Test.
That's better. I can't cast that yet. That's still control. Inventory is full. I can't carry anymore. isn't ready yet.
Damn. Hot diggity dang.
Welcome back. Certainly glad you could join us today because it's a fantastic day here and I hope it is wherever you're at. So I tell you what, let's start out today and have run all the colors across the screen that you need to paint along with us. While they're doing that, let me show you what I've got done up here. I have my standard old double prime pre-stretched canvas, and today I'm using an 18 by 24 inch. You use whatever size is convenient for you. And I've covered the entire canvas with a very, very thin, say that again, thin coat of the liquid white. So the canvas is all wet and it's slick and it's ready to go. So I tell you what, let's just do a fantastic little painting together. Thought we'd do something today that's just fun. We filmed the show in Muncie, Indiana. So I thought maybe today we'd do a show that has maybe a little farm-like scene in it that I think will be pretty. So let's start off with old 2-inch brush, a little bit of, let's start with a little Indian yellow. Let's make a very simple little sky that you can do with no problem. Very, very simple. Just a fun little sky, little Indian yellow. See there? And that color is continually mixing with the liquid white that's on the canvas. All right, without cleaning the brush, I'm just going to go into a little bit of yellow ochre. It's sort of a gold color. We'll go right above that. Just a little, just a little. About like that. And then just blend them together. Now then, now I'm going to clean the brush. Going to clean the brush. And we clean our brush with odorless paint thinner. Shake off the excess.
I'm out of range.
And just beat the devil out of it. We have more fun cleaning the brush. It's just unreal. We'll go right into midnight black. Now I cleaned the brush in between these colors because if you put yellow and black together, as you know, it makes green. But I'm gonna take a little black and just gray the sky on top. And if we're real careful, we can bring it right down into the yellow, right where they join, without ending up with a bright green sky. See, just let them sort of blend together gently, like that. There. That's all there is to it. Now then, we can take that same old brush, and maybe there's a little cloud that lives right there. See, there he is, little stringy cloud. He just sort of hangs out right there. Maybe he's got a little friend right there. Tell you what, maybe there's another one over here. I don't know. This piece of canvas truly is your world. And you have to make these big decisions. Now I'm going to take a clean brush. I change brushes. Clean, dry brush. 3 hairs and some air. And very gently, just blend that out. And today, that's about all I'm going to do for a little sky. I want this just to be very, very simple. Just a very simple little sky. There. That way we can spend most of our painting time worrying about other things. Let's use a little 1-inch brush. I'm gonna grab the knife. I wanna make some brown. I'll make quite a pile of brown. I'm gonna use it throughout the painting. Take alizarin crimson and sap green, and about equal parts. Now you can take it to either side. You can take it to the green side or to the reddish side, depending on your mood or the effect you want to create. Doesn't matter, it's up to you. You decide. Today, I'm just going to have it a nice brown. Okay, I'm going to wipe the old knife off here. We just wipe the knife on an old paper towel. We just use a little 1-inch brush and go right into a little of that brown. Just going to use it for a little background color. Maybe I'll put a little black with it, darken it. There. Ooh, that's nice. And maybe back in here, let's just use little X's, and maybe there's going to be some little trees that live far away. So I'm not looking for a lot here except basic, very basic little shapes. See, just sort of scrub them in. We don't care. This is your world, and you can do any old thing here. There, something about like that. Just let it go. I want to add a little more black down at the base because I want it to be a little darker. Indicate there's some shadows down there. Gotta have a place down here for all my little animal friends to hide and to relax.
What can I help you with?
There.
Be careful.
Okay. Wherever you think they should be. Right. Now today I'm going to get this is a little half-size round brush. It's a small round brush. Put a little bit of the liquid white on it. A little bit of yellow. Be right back. I'm going to get a touch of blue and a little touch of black. Make a nice green here. So we got green, little yellow ochre here and there. I'm going to probably hit a little Indian
Looking
yellow.
for something
Maybe even a
specific?
little bright red now and then. And red and green make brown. So I use red as a duller. If I want to dull the green, then that's what I use. Let's go up here. Now then, just go in here and just tap in the indication of some beautiful little things that are happening far, far away. See there? And vary the colors a little bit. We don't want a lot of detail. These are supposed to look like little trees that live far away. Add a little bright red to that. Oh, I like that color. Like that. Color makes me excited. So beautiful. There. Probably painted 25, 30,000 paintings in my life. And I still get excited when I see this work. So easy, so much fun. And it brings so much happiness to so many people. That truly, truly is the joy of painting. There. Okay, maybe a little bit more of that reddish color. This would be a nice scene to do in autumn colors where you really get crazy. Used a lot of the reds and the crimsons and, just, Jack Frost when he starts touching the trees, just makes some of the most gorgeous colors in the world. I lived in Alaska for many, many years. And you never talk about Alaska in the fall, but Alaska has some of the most gorgeous fall colors of any place I've ever been. I really do think God was having a good day when he made Alaska. So beautiful. I haven't been there in a couple of years now. About time to go back. There. Say hello to all my friends there. All right. Let's see now. We got all those little tree things back here. And it's real easy. Take a liner brush. Just a very small amount of that little brown color that we used. There. See? Just a little. A little bit. Okay, let's go up in here. Now, here and there, and there and here, I'm just going to put the indication of a few little trunks and stems and all those things that live in trees. There, see them? Don't want a lot, just a few. Don't overdo. Okay. All right. Let me just wash the old liner brush. Shoot. Find the brush here, it's not too dirty. We don't care. Go into the brown and the black. A little bit of sap green here and there just to give it a little greenish hue. Okay, let's go up in here. Let's make some big decisions in our world. Maybe there lives some land right here. We're going to do a little scene. I tell you what, I'm going to save this whole side over here and put a big tree. You know, if you've painted with me before, I love these big trees.
You need something?
There. So we'll play with those today a little bit too.
Good day to you.
It's again the browns and the black.
See you around.
I'm just looking for a dark color, so on top of that, then we'll come back and we'll put some nice highlights. Make a little grassy area. This is a good place to practice and just get the feel of the brush. You could put this on with a mop. It doesn't matter. But by doing this, it gives you practice with a brush. So I suggest you take every opportunity to get the feel of the brush. So much of painting is a feel, and it comes with practice.
See you later.
Well, if I don't quit, I'm going to have the whole canvas covered up. But that's okay. That's okay. Look at there, though. By putting all these different layers in here, just by tapping, already you can see distance in the painting. Looks like trees that live way back here somewhere. We don't know where they live. Don't know that we even care. I'm going to dip the brush into the least little touch of the liquid white. We dip it in the liquid white only to thin the paint. Be right back. Get a little green, a little sap green. Ooh, that's pretty. Sap green's such a nice color. Okay, tap it and give it a little push. So you can see that little ridge of paint right there. There's one just like that on the end of the bristles, and that's what we're looking for. Let's go up here. Now then, if we're going to have a nice little feel, we just begin coming right in here and think about the lay of the land, or how the land flows. And we can begin putting in all kinds of beautiful little grassy areas. Just go all through all your different yellows and your greens. It's up to you. Up to you. I'm just going to sort of dance it back and forth between all the different yellows. Sometime a little, oh, look at there, we hit a little bright red. Nice little tree. Nice little grassy area. That's not a tree. Could be. Give it a little fertilizer, love it. Water it regular. Might be a tree there. Tell you what. We're going to have a little scene. Maybe we want to have a little, I'm just going to scrape out a basic shape here. I'm going to have a little barn back here. It's just a nice place to have a little barn. Scrape out a basic shape with a knife, just so you have an idea where you're going. But more important, it removes that loose excess paint. I'll go right into that brown color I made from the, brown is made from sap green and alizarin crimson. See, think about the basic shape of the old barn. Got to have a place for the cow to go at night. You may get scared out here. Be an old hoot owl out here that makes noises. Scared. Shoot, when I was a kid, I used to camp out late at night, and the old owl would make a big old noise. I was ready to call my mother and go home. But as I got older, I had the opportunity to learn what those creatures were and why those noises were made. I tell you what, before the series is over, I'm going to show you a big old owl. I like owls. I'm going to show you a great horned owl that I had the pleasure of meeting. I think we have some video with him on there. I'm just going to get him up here for you. Take a little bright red, a little of that brown we made, a little bit of white into it. Don't overmix it. See that color? It's not overmixed. Now when we cut our little roll of paint off, all those little designs are still in the paint. Now we can go up here, doop, doop, and just begin putting some color in. I'm going to make that a little bit brighter, a little more white into it so it shows up for you. That's better. Now I'm just going to let the knife sort of bounce. I want this just to be solid. I like old buildings in my paintings, but it's up to you. If you want them to look newer, be a little more careful with them. I like it to look like about half of it's blown away.
Move forward with a name, with a vision, with a first step.
It's about to fall down. The old farmer that lived out here, he didn't take too good a care of it. He had some bad days. There. See there? Now over here, almost nothing. Almost nothing. Tell you what, we get a little more of that brown. This farmer's like me, he needs more room. Let's give him a shed out here. There. Give him a little shed. Put some sides on it. Doop. Back to our little roof color. See how easy it is? Wished it was that easy to actually build a shed. I used to be a carpenter years ago. My father was a carpenter, and he taught me that trade. And I tell you what, it isn't that easy to make a shed on a barn. Now then, we can come right in here and just do a barnectomy. Sort of figure out where we think everything should live. Work on our perspective. See there? Now we need a door. We're gonna have old cow living in there. We need a door. There it is. Now Bossy can get in and go out. We can take and make just the indication of a few old boards that live right along here. There, just by touching, come across a little bit of light color on the knife. We'll sort of outline that door a little bit so it stands out. You can see it better. But that's a pretty good looking old raggedy barn out there. Now, we're not too worried about the bottom because we'll come back with our old 2-inch brush that we made the grassy areas with and just sort of fill them in. There, like that. And when you're painting, make up little stories. Think about the old cow that lives in here, or the chickens, or the pig, or whatever lives in this old barn. I stay in so much trouble at home, I probably have to live in there. There. Now then, tell you what, we need a little path. We'll take a little of that brown and white. Let's just put a little path in here. There. Little path so there's a way to get in and out. Just a little path. Comes right out. Little highlight on it. Not much. I'm gonna keep it pretty dark. And maybe in our world, shoot, if we got a cow here, we need the container somehow. There. We'll put a little fence right up here. Maybe the fence goes right about there. Maybe it comes right up here. I don't know. Okay, if our light's coming from this direction and the old barn indicates it is, we'll highlight a little bit on that side of the fence. See there? Just a little highlight. Now you can take just the heel or the back of the knife and just cut right through there, either direction, and make the indication of some wire on there. It'll scratch through and just let a little canvas show. We'll put 3 strands of wire on our fence. We got a big cow in here. We don't want her getting out. Sometimes it's neat to take a little bit of, I use a little bright red. Put just a little top on those little devils. Because normally when you cut fence post, when you cut the tree down to make a fence post, you paint the ends of it to keep it from deteriorating. There. So we did that. Let's just keep going here. We'll put some more of that brown and black color underneath here. So I say, if you're in a big hurry, you can just paint it on. It doesn't make any difference. I usually like to tap it on though because it, once again, gives you a lot of practice using the brush. But however, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. There. A little more black, a little more brown. Okay, we said we were going to have a big tree over here, and we left a big hole, so we'll have a big tree. We'll take the old 2-inch brush. There it is. Just use the corner of the brush and tap in some basic shapes. This old tree, maybe there's a group of trees. Let's have a group. A whole big family of trees live back here. And a little bit of bright red to that color. Yeah, I like it. And here and there, leave a couple of holes in your tree so some sky can show through. Let a little light get through. The birds got to have a way to fly through there. There. Wherever. And down toward the base, I'm going more into the black. I want to get darker. Darker down here. Indicate shadows. A lot of shadows. There. Something about like that. Okay. Let's have a few little old tree trunks in there. Let me find a little fan brush here. I'm gonna dip the fan brush into a little bit of paint thinner just to wet it up a little. And I'm gonna load it full of this brown, little black on it. Then I'm gonna come right over here and pull one side through a little bit of that lighter color. So there is a little difference in the color. One side's a little lighter than the other. I know it's hard to see, but it is a little lighter. We said our light was coming from the left, so we want that lighter side on the left. And there's not a whole big difference in there, but a little. I just want to put the indication of some little things that live way back in there. We're not too worried about them at this point. Take the rider brush, little paint thinner, little of that brown color, and here and there, I'm just going to put the indication of a few little arms around some of these little trees back in here. We're not looking for a lot of detail. These are too far back. Maybe we have time here. We'll just put a big old tree in here. I like big old trees. Yeah, we can just use a nice old 2-inch brush here. Grab a little sap green there. Ooh, that's nice. Don't want a lot of color, just a little red too on a dullet. There, good. Up in here, just use the crown of the brush. Put the indication here and there, and there and here, of some leaves that live out here. Think about patterns and shapes. Don't just throw them in random. I know it gets to be fun, and it's just tempting just to drop them everywhere. Retain a lot of your dark areas, though. It makes them look deeper. There we go. Isn't that a neat way to make a big old pile of trees? So easy. So easy. There. Put a little one right there. Something like that. All right. This truly is it's a lazy man's way of painting. That's why I like it. I always look for ways to make painting easier, but yet effective. There, because if you have some success with this, then you really like it, and you go and you paint everything. And maybe a lot of people that I talk to, they've had success with this, and they end up in college or something, really studying some fine traditional art because this worked for them. So that's what's so nice. Back to my brush here that we were using to make some little grassy areas. We'll put in maybe a little hill right there. Yeah. See? All right. I really like that. Add at least a little touch of paint thinner to my brush. Because a thin paint will stick to a thick paint. So that'll make it come off the brush easier. Because the paint that I have up here, very thick, very strong, very dry. It's not like traditional paints. There, just vary the colors a little bit. And, just work in layers. Let all these little things happen wherever you want them. Maybe a little bit right there. I like it. Just to push that path a little further down in there. Okay. Over here, raise it a little bit. Wherever. A little bit more. There. All right. We said we'll get crazy here. Let's load a fan brush full of black and that brown that we made from crimson and sap green. Are you ready? This is your bravery test right here. Fan brush is full of color. Big decision. Maybe it starts right here. Oh, maybe this old tree had some rough days and he's got some crooks and some... Oh yeah. I like trees. Trees are a lot of fun. Gorgeous. A lot of fun. Put him at big old foots out here so he has something to stand on. We want him to be strong. We will give him a big arm here. Like that. And make those little noises. It just doesn't work right. Now then. Let's see, we had a little bit of brown and white mixed up here already. Just touch it. With the knife, just barely touch it. Barely. Let's just a touch. See? Just barely touch. There, something about like that. That's all that we're looking for. Darker, darker, darker. On the other side, we're going to take a little bit of the Prussian blue, a little bit of white. I want to make a dark blue. I want to make the indication of a little reflected light right there. See, because I think that these trees here would stop the light, so we're going to get a little light through there. So I highlighted this one intentionally on the other side, because I think those trees would stop the light. There. There. A little light just to make that edge stand out. There. You know, when you buy your first tube of paint, you get your artist license issued to you. The artist license says on this piece of canvas, you can create any and every illusion that you like. That's what we do. I'm going to take a little paint thinner and go up in here and make the indication of some limbs and sticks and stuff that live right out in here. There, wherever you want them. There. And if you have trouble making this paint flow, just add more paint thinner to it. Maybe a lot of these old limbs have maybe they've just pooped out. They're old and tired. Maybe this old tree died. That happens sometime. That happens. There we go. Don't make all the limbs just come out the side. Have some come across. All right. Now then, let's take a fan brush, put some brown in it. Let's just make a path. Come right on out. Right on out. Here it comes. Here it comes. Right on out through the painting. So we have a way to get to that old barn. If you take them, just fill in your little grassy areas, blend it all together. Put your stick and a twig here and there with a knife. Shoot, we got to finish painting. There. Hope you try this one, because I hope you'll enjoy it and you'll find it to be a lot of fun. And from all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy painting, and God bless, my friend. So all I'm looking for is just a little background color. This is behind the clouds. We'll do that first. Then we'll come in and we'll drop in a happy little cloud here and there. I like these black canvases because a little bit of color shows up so strong and so beautiful. It's unreal what you can do with them. Unreal. You know, I get letters from people every day, and they send me photographs of the paintings that they're doing at home. And these black canvases, maybe some of the favorites. And these are from people that a lot of them have never had, they've never even suspected they had any art talent. They've never had any lessons. They just watched the shows, picked up ideas, got enough confidence, grabbed the old brush, and they're doing some beautiful paintings. And you can too. You really can. Let's wash the brush. Shake it off. Beat the devil out of it. All right, let's get us a 1-inch brush. If we're going to have a happy little cloud, we'll just continue to use the titanium white. Just pull a little color into the bristles. Now we have to make our first major decision here. Where does our little clouds live in our world? Maybe. Yep, you're right. There he is. I'm just using the top corner of the brush and just making tiny little circles. Just tiny little circles, tiny little circles. There you go. Just sing along as you're doing this. Think about tiny little circles. There you go. Okay. And blend it out. Look at that. But look how color stands out on this black canvas. It's unreal. It's unreal. Maybe there's another little cloud. He just floats around right here. Wherever. Wherever. There we are. Okay, maybe a little more of the color. Maybe, yeah, you're right. Let's have another cloud. This will give us a little bit of practice doing some happy little clouds. They're a lot of fun. A lot of fun, and they're very easy to do. Very easy to do. Maybe he comes right on. We don't know where it goes here. A little fluffer there. Clouds are so free. So free. They are just one of the freest things in nature. Maybe it comes out through here. There. That's a job I want in my next life. I want to come back and be a cloud and just float around, have a good time all the time. Okay, now I'll take a large brush and I'm very gently just beginning to blend the base of this very lightly. Just blend it, blend it, blend it. Once again, color shows up so much stronger on the black canvases. Much stronger than on a white canvas. There we go. Look at that. Now you can blend these till they're dead, so don't overdo it. Just blend just enough to stir them up a little bit, mix them up. There. A little bit right in there. Now, I beat the brush just to remove excess paint off of it, so I don't have to clean it again. Now I'm going to fluff them, lift them, tease them, pull them. This is not a very firm pressure I'm applying now. Just gentle, just enough to grab it and move it a little bit. And very lightly, very lightly. Look at that, look at that. Boy, that's some fantastic little cloud. Look at there. They stand out once again, so strong on these black canvases. This black gesso is one of the most fantastic things. Years ago, I used to just use black house paint. But I've had some letters from people, they wrote and told me that it didn't do too well. So the black gesso is designed specifically for this. Okay. Let's build us a mountain. Let's build us a mountain. Today, I'm going to use just black, Van Dyke brown, a little Prussian blue. We'll throw some alizarin crimson in there too. What the heck? Looking for a color that looks very dark. Looks black. Okay. Cut off a little roll of paint. Have it right on the edge of the knife. Now then, you have to make a major decision. Where does your mountain live in your world? I think he's going to live over here. So let's go right up in here. And let's just drop us in a nice big mountain. Nice big mountain. I like to do mountains because it gives you a lot of experience with a knife. Once you learn how to do mountains with this knife, oh, it's your friend. You can do anything. Maybe this comes over here, and there's another peak that lives right there. Wherever we want to. There. If you can do mountains with this knife, you can do rocks and stones and roads and buildings. In some of the past series, we've done entire paintings using nothing but the knife. Absolutely nothing but the knife. There. We'll have to do some more of those type shows. It's interesting to see what can be done just using a knife. It's a little difficult because of the time restraints. There we go. Now I'm just using a 2-inch brush. I just want to pull this down. This is an excellent way of laying out highlights and shadows. You can see those brush strokes in there. Every stroke you make stands out. And I hope you can see those on your TV set. But you can lay out entire mountains just using the brush strokes, and you're not committed. You can change it repeatedly, literally hundreds of times. But it teaches you how to make your mountain look the way you want it to look. There. So you can just get carried away. Make all kinds of beautiful effects. Okay, let's put some snow on that mountain. For that, I'm going to use titanium white. I'm going to put a little bit of black with it just to dull it down. Just to dull it so it's not pure white. Pull the paint out firmly. Just really get in there and raise the devil with it. And then cut us off that little roll of paint again. You want that to be right on the edge of the knife. Okay? Now then, no pressure. Just let it touch the canvas and graze. All it's touching is that roll of paint. It just grazes the canvas. Graze it, caress it. There. Make good friends with it. Look at that. Let that paint break and work for you. We have a very firm paint. And it's designed specifically for this technique. And it works so well. But you need a very firm, dry paint. It's most important. Now you have to make some big decisions. Where does these peaks live? Are they in the background, in the foreground? We'll put this one in the foreground. Like so. There we are. Just let them go wherever you want them. Think about where the light would strike. Okay, I'm going to take some white, use some Prussian blue, some black. Looking for a gray blue color, sort of a grayish blue. That's not bad, something like so. Once again, our little roll of paint. Now we can come back in here and we can begin laying in all kinds of little shadows. Just follow the lay of the mountain here. See, here comes one. And to me, it looks like there's a valley right in there, so just pull it. Create that illusion. Create the illusion. There. Now then, see that peak right there? I want to push it back. Watch here. Watch here. You might have seen me do this before, but it's always fun. Just come directly, distinctly through that, and it pushes that son of a gun right on back. And here I'm going to leave that dark so it looks like a nice recessed area. Leave some dark in there at times. There we go. See, here's a nice one. And here and there, there's one. You can put the indication of shadows and it causes like little ridges and all kinds of beautiful little effects. Very simply. There we go. Change that. Let that go wherever you want it to. But practice these mountains. It will open whole new worlds for you once you learn to make friends with this knife. Get a little more of the titanium white with a touch of black in it. Pull it out flat. Once again, our little roll of paint. I want to put a few highlights over here on this little mountain. This reminds me of my home in Alaska, where God was having a good day when he made Alaska. So beautiful. If you've never been there, you're to go see it while it's still wild. You can see more creatures there in one day. So beautiful. My favorite uncle sent me there. Uncle Sam, you know, he asked me if I'd like to go up there for a while. And if you don't go, you're going to jail. You know how Uncle Sam asked you to go. But I went up there and I fell in love with the crazy place. It is so spectacular. I was born and raised in Florida. I didn't know that things like that even existed. I had never dreamed of them. There. No pressure. You want that paint to break. It creates all of those beautiful little effects. Just sort of bring that together right in there. Make like a little valley it lives in there. Little mountain goat has to have a place to go hide. Now then, we'll take a 2-inch brush and very lightly we'll begin tapping, always following the angles in the mountain. Now, I'm going to have snow down here, so it doesn't matter if we get a little paint down here. We're going to cover it all up. So don't be worried about it. Don't be worried about it. Over here, we want to follow these angles. Look at the angles in your mountain and follow them. We want to create that illusion of mist. Beat the brush to remove excess paint. Now, maybe right in here. Sometimes you can very gently just blend things together here. See, just blend them together. It'll make it look like it's a little misty area laying right between those. There. We'll bring it right on down. Now very lightly, 2 hairs in some air. Grab that and lift upward. Gently lift upward, upward, upward. There. Over here, follow these angles and lift it up. Now you're just lifting right in here. You don't want to lift and destroy all of these. Just diffuse the bottom of the mountain so it looks like it's sitting right there, right in the mist. Okay, we can wash this old brush. Give him a good scrub, shake him off, cover a couple cameramen, and we're in business. We're in business. All right, let's use the same old dark color here. We had some black, some Prussian blue, some Van Dyke brown, alizarin crimson. Doesn't matter. Shoot. There's some dark sienna. We can throw that in there. Whatever you have. Whatever. Let me clean my knife. Let's grab us a fan brush here. There. And I'm going to load it full of this dark color that we just made. Full of color. A lot of paint. And back in here, we're going to have some little evergreen trees that are far away. Now they'll stand out against that lighter mountain color. Maybe they come down and there we go. I don't want this just to be straight, so I'm going to have it go uphill here a little bit so we have some variation in our land. Make it look a little more interesting if it goes every which way. There. Okay, maybe it comes right on up here. I don't know, wherever you want it. Wherever you want it. That helps push all those mountains back. But you need that little misty area in between. That little misty area is your separator. It keeps the mountains and the trees apart. I'm going to put a little bit of that shadow color I had left here and just lift upward to create the illusion of little distant tree trunks. I want this very subdued, very quiet. See, just shows up good, that's all. Now if you get one that's too bright, you don't like it, all you have to do is continue to rub it and it'll go away. It'll go away. There. Now maybe back here, shoot, let's have some fun. A lot of paint. Boy, what a messy brush I got there. Look at that son of a gun. I got paint all the way up to the furrow. That's okay. Maybe back in here there lives a few trees that are closer to us, and they're big and they're strong. There they are. See? Now, if you have problems making your paint stick over this mountain, because there's a lot of paint back here, add some paint thinner till you're dark. I'm doing all right here today. But sometimes you have a little problem. If that occurs, just add a little thinner, because a thin paint will stick on top of the thicker paint. There. And I do realize that happens. Sometimes people write and tell me that they're having some problems. Usually if you just add a little paint thinner, that'll cure it. There. You know, I mentioned before, we travel all over the country and we give painting demonstrations and work with PBS stations and other charity groups around the country to help them make a happy buck or two. And if we get to your area, come see us. Shoot, I'd love to have the opportunity to meet you and talk with you. I've met literally thousands of people. It's fantastic. They bring photographs of their paintings in. It's unreal what people are doing. And if you'd like to know when I'm going to be in your area, drop me a line. Just put your name and address on a card and send it to the address at the end of the station. They'll send it to me. We maintain a little mailing list, and I'll try to drop you a card and let you know when we're going to be in your area. Boy, we got a whole mess of trees going there. Now they're just going to take a knife, just here and there. I know those are hard to see, but there's little lines in there. Shoot, we need to brighten this picture up. I'll put some snow in it. That'll zing it. Let me find a big brush. Okay, let's get serious. We'll go right into titanium white. Now we have color on the canvas already. We have a blue and black mixture. So when we put color on there, I'll get a little of that shadow color too. When we put color on there, it's going to get a little darker than what we have on the brush. And we're depending on that. Okay? got to make a big decision. Where does your snow live? Let's say soon goes right there. Let's go uphill now. Look at that, see? Oh, I know. You're saying, Bob, you made a mess this time. You may be right, too. I've certainly been known to do that. There we go. But we don't make mistakes, you know. We have happy accidents. Very soon after you start painting in this method, you'll learn that there's nothing that goes wrong. You can correct anything that happens. It's one of the things when I was teaching classes continually that's so good. And if you're ever teaching, this will help you with the students, is that you show them that there are no mistakes. You can fix everything that happens. And that really helps. It gets you over some of that fear. Well, we have a lot of fear when we first touch a big old blank canvas. But once you get over that, that's when you really begin experiencing joy of painting. There. See there? That quickly. Boy, we've got a whole snowbank in there. Just like so. Okay, where'd my brush go? There it is. Let's have an evergreen on the other side. Same old color. I'm really loading that brush full of color. A lot of paint, both sides. All right, maybe there's a tree that lives in our world. Yep, right there. Right there, here he comes. There he comes, just work back and forth, making the bristles bend downward. As you work down a tree, it gets stronger and stronger, add more and more pressure. Make them bend more. It makes those little things that hang under the limbs, I call them hangy-downs for lack of a better word. But they're always in evergreen trees, those little hangy-down things. There. See, now this one's closer to us. And by putting trees in different places, that once again helps create that illusion of distance. Well, having a little friend right there. Okay. Now then, we can reach up under here, grab some of that dark, and pull it down. That creates our shadow under our tree, fixes the bottom of the tree, all in one stroke. Now then, I'm going to take some white and a little bit of phthalo blue. I like the phthalo blue. It's a brighter blue. Nice bright blue. Okay. Maybe there's a happy little path. Need a little more blue. Doesn't show up enough for you to see it well. There. See? Just a little path that lives right in there. There he is. That blue makes it cold, but phthalo blue's quite warm. It's a nice blue. And here and there, you can bring some little things down. The fan brush, you can really get in there and smooth things out and put little individual things and blend them. Just make all kinds of happy little things going on. I'll tell you what, this is a nice place for a little building. Let's have, maybe, right back here against these trees. Come right up here so we can, I'm going to scrape out a basic shape. Just take the knife, scrape out a basic idea of what it is that you want here. Just scrape it out. There we go. See? You're still not committed at that point. All you're doing is just scraping it out. Okay, take some white. Let's put a roof on there. Need a roof. Now here's a little trick. So you can come down that edge, get all your lines nice and straight, and now when you pull this down, then you'll have a beautiful straight edge. Sneaky, huh? There we go. Now we need a little bit of snow on the other side of the roof over here, just like that. Get into some Van Dyke brown. There we are. See there, we're putting in, all we're doing is blocking in some color. There. Just blocking it in. Now we'll take some dark sienna and some white. Very gently, very gently. Just pull straight down. Make us some nice boards there. Add a little Van Dyke brown to that and darken it down a little more. There. Now we can just whack off the bottom, get it the way we want it. You know what? Maybe, tell you what, let's go right up in here. Excuse my arm just a second. Hope you can see that. I'm gonna put some little things like that. Then we go right up here on the top with a little bit of white. Maybe we'll just take and turn this into a little church that lives out here. Put a little steeple right up there. And it's all covered with snow. Boy, it's really cold out here. There, the snow laying all up around there. Now, maybe, tell you what, let's do this. Maybe they're getting ready for a service and they've turned the lights on here. They've got the lights burning in the windows. So let's just scrape out the indication of some happy little windows. I'm gonna take a little bit of cad yellow. Just put in the indication of a little light coming through those windows. There. People are going to be arriving pretty soon. Cold day, cold day. Okay, back to my fan brush here. Now then, let's put some snow right up around the foot here. Like that. Okay, maybe, tell you what, maybe right here in the foreground, let's just put a little tree that lives right there. There he is. Give him a little friend or two. I'm gonna push up. Just want to put a little something here. It'll push everything back. And that helps create that illusion of distance in your painting. A little bit of shadow underneath. Shoot, I think we about have a finished painting. Hope this gives you some ideas, shows you what can be done in black canvas. Hope you enjoy our little church in the snow. From all of us here, happy painting and God bless. Hi, welcome back. Certainly glad you could join me today. You ready to do a fantastic little painting? Good. Tell you what, let's start out today and have them run all the colors across the screen that you need to paint along with us. And they'll come across, as usual, in the same order as we have them on the palette, starting with the white and working around. Let me tell you what I've already done today. Today, as you can plainly see, we have a black canvas up here. Now we get this by just taking a white canvas and covering it with black gesso, letting that dry completely. Then on top of that, I've taken today and I've covered the whole canvas with a thin, let me say that again, a thin coat of liquid clear. And then over the top of that, I've just put a tiny, tiny bit of phthalo blue. So we have liquid clear and then phthalo blue. I put the clear on there only to make the blue go much easier. And I want a very thin coat of the blue in there. I don't want a whole bunch today. And I thought maybe today we'd do a fantastic little winter scene, and I'll show you how easy that can be. Let's start out with a little titanium white. Just a small amount. We'll use a 1-inch brush, but we could use any old thing. 2-inch brush would work just as well, but since we picked this one up, we'll use it. Now then, I want to make the indication here of just happy little cloud things that are happening. There. And we're just sort of going to bounce this around and let it play and just make all kinds of little shapes. But always keep the brush moving. I don't want a lot of color in one place. And you can see that white's picking up all that beautiful blue that's underneath. And these things will just happen. If you've painted with me before, you know I mention quite frequently when you're doing these black canvases with a transparent color on them, that if you put the color on before you start painting in front of someone, and then you start this, and you take your brush and go into a little bit of white paint, and then touch this, people will think it's magic, because they won't understand why this is happening. There we go. And it really makes It's a sensation when it happens. People just go crazy over it. So if you're ever out painting for someone, think about these. They're a lot of fun. On the black canvases, you'll find that color stands out much, much more than it does on a white canvas. It just jumps out at you. Use that to your advantage. I love these black canvases. You can create some of the most striking effects, and they're very simple to do. This black gesso is one of the neatest things that I've ever came up with. There. Now then. See, we left a lot of these holes in here, though. Don't just cover it all up. Leave these spots. Now watch. We'll take a good, clean, dry 2-inch brush, and let's just begin blending this together. Now you can blend this to any degree of lightness or darkness that you want. The more that you work it, and I'm just using the corner of the brush, the more that you work this, the darker it'll become, because it'll pick up that color it's underneath. So you have to make a big decision right off in this painting. How dark do you want your sky, or how light? And you can always go back and add more of the titanium white anytime that you desire. And you can make it, you can make it so bright it hurts your eyes if you want to. And that's an individual thing. You make it any way that makes you happy. There we are. See, and that quick, we have a very nice, effective little sky. And just very gently we'll blend the brush strokes out. But by putting this liquid clear on here, then you can put a very, very small amount of the phthalo blue. So when you put the white, it's not so bright blue that it hurts the eyes. That way it's almost like a glaze on there. Tell you what, let's have some fun. Let's take some black. We'll use some black, little Prussian blue, lizard crimson, little Van Dyke brown. What the heck? Doesn't matter. Whatever you want. Let's build us a little mountain in this one. Pull the paint out as flat as you can get it. Go right down here with a knife, cut across, and get that small roll of paint. Lives right out of the end of the blade. There we go. Now then, come right up in here. You have to make a big decision. See, we start right in here. Decide where you want your mountain to live. And now all we're looking for is a nice top shape. We're not worried about the bottom of the mountain or anything else at this point. The only thing we're trying to do is get us a basic shape in here. So make up a shape, or look at mountains in your area, or get a nice book that has mountains in it, whatever. Mountains come in all shapes and sizes, some big, some small, some dark, some light. They're like people. They have personalities that are different and unique. So when you make your mountain, don't just try to copy this one. Make any kind of mountain that makes you happy. There. All we're interested in, once again, is this nice edge up on top. We don't care what's happening in here, but scrape off all the excess paint. Now with a clean, dry brush, we want to grab this and begin moving it. You can literally pull this paint around. The canvas is wet from the clear and the color that we have on there, so we can move this color. If this was a dry canvas, it'd be very difficult. There's very little color on the canvas.
Guys.
Very little. We have scraped it very hard, and now we're brushing it out. So all we have left on here is just basically a stain in the canvas.
Can you hear me? Well, Jibbity jibjita, jibbity jibjita, la 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 la, jibbity.
That is disgusting. So I saw another girl on here using this comb, and while it looks like nothing special, it's a scalp sweep comb. So you rake it along your scalp, and it picks up all of the extra like debris, product.
A duck walked into an apothecary and he said, "Give me some chapstick and put it on my bill."
That's still charging.
How are you? See you around. Step on up. Have a good one.
Greetings. Be careful. Light bless you. Need help? Go with honor, friend. Light be with you. For the Alliance honor, friend. Be careful.
Need something?
I
Have a good
supply
one.
only the finest goods. Go with honor, friend.
Hey there.
Need
Safe
help?
travels.
For the Alliance. What are you
For the
looking for?
Alliance.
Light bless you.
Hey there.
What can I do for you? Go with honor, friend.